And Then This Happened by Steve Feld. Fade in. Interior of the Today Show studio. Day. Matt Lauer is reporting the story.
And now a story that has stunned Hollywood and much of the world. Charlotte Vanderbilt, one of the brightest superstars in the history of show business, has called it quits. At just 35 years of age, the three-time Oscar winner abruptly put her phenomenal career behind her and has disappeared without a trace.
Interior, The Conan O'Brien Show, night. Conan is delivering his monologue to his studio audience.
Did you hear that Charlotte Vanderbilt has given up show business and now is nowhere to be found?
Audience boos.
Yeah, apparently she got a peek at NBC's lineup for the new season and is searching the world for a live volcano to throw herself in.
Interior, TMZ studio, day. The taping of their daily show is in progress. Harvey Levin and all the regulars are in attendance.
How does a superstar just vanish into thin air?
Penn and Teller?
Maybe she stayed on Atkins too long.
Laughter.
Forget how. Why did she disappear?
Cold feet?
Have you seen those feet? Don't look cold to me. They look hot and beautiful.
You have a foot fetish you haven't told us about, Matthew?
Laughter.
It wasn't that. She was engaged, but they hadn't set a date.
It just makes no sense.
Exterior, country road, day. A Range Rover traverses the lonely road. The driver, 30s, is alone, except for her dog, who happily has his head out the window. Close-up, driver. You might say that this is the most beautiful woman in the world, and you'd have trouble finding more than a handful of people to disagree. The TMZ discussion about her continues as she drives.
For the last 10 years, Charlotte Vanderbilt has been the biggest star in Hollywood. 15 movies, 3 Academy Awards. No one has ever done that.
Forget the movies. Her love life is much more interesting.
Now, why would you say that? She was only engaged to 3 of the hottest men in Hollywood. Who cares about that?
Only the tens of millions of viewers who watch our show every day. This is gonna kill us.
The Range Rover arrives in a very small town. The old buildings and the architecture reveal that this town is not in the US.
And if any of her people know anything, no one is talking. Only Charlotte's mother knows where she is, and we all know how tough it is to get one word out of her.
The car comes to a stop. Charlotte and her dog exit the car. She looks around at the charming little town, hoping this is where she can start her new life.
She had it all. Fame, fortune, love, romance.
And hundreds of paparazzi following her every move.
Why would anyone walk away from a glamorous life like that?
Exterior, Malibu mansion, day. Title, 5 years later. Dozens of cops surround the immense mansion. As helicopters buzz overhead, throngs of onlookers look on. News crews have their trucks lined up, and the reporters are all taping reports for their respective stations.
Earlier this morning, the website Spoiler Alert released the undisclosed location of today's megawatt wedding between superstars Carl Rocker and Jenna Strong. And ever since then, dozens of news crews, as well as hundreds of fans, have converged on this luxurious Malibu mansion, hoping for a glimpse of the many Hollywood stars that will be in attendance. As you can see, Malibu police are struggling to control the crowd and to keep the press and the paparazzi away. Back to you in the studio.
Exterior, Malibu mansion, guarded entrance, continuous. A sign reads, "No cell phones allowed inside. Prepaid disposable phones will be provided for your convenience." Like medieval sentries protecting a fortress, several plainclothes security guards vigorously defend the entrance to the estate from anyone who is not in possession of a verified and photo ID invitation.
Have your invitation and ID available, please. No one will be admitted without proper identification and a photo ID matching the invitation.
A stretched limousine pulls up, and one of the guards opens the rear doors. 2 glamorous stars emerge, much to the delight of the crowd and the press. The paparazzi begin snapping pictures.
Good afternoon, folks. May I please see your invitation and photo ID?
Sorry, pal, left it at home. Now, if you'll excuse me, my date is thirsty and there's champagne waiting.
The couple tries to enter, but their way is blocked.
I'm sorry, sir. We're under strict orders not to admit any guests without their invitation and identification.
Do you know who I am? Do you know who my date is?
No, sir, I do not. But even if I did, I could not permit you to enter. If you'd like, you can return home to retrieve it.
The couple is clearly frustrated and angered.
Look, I'll give you one more chance, and then I promise you, tomorrow you'll be unemployed.
Another limousine pulls up, and 2 more people exit.
Good afternoon, folks. May I please see your invitation and photo ID?
The couple gladly obliges, and they are allowed to proceed.
Enjoy the evening, folks. Is there anything else I can do for you, sir?
Unable to gain entrance, the couple turns and exits.
Aren't you worried that guy is going to get you fired?
No.
But he's obviously someone important.
Oh, he is. He's a tabloid reporter. His date was a photographer. I recognized him as soon as they pulled up.
They were trying to sneak in?
They try everything. Disguises, bribes, you name it. And no one's ever gotten past me.
Off camera, some of the people in the crowd begin to scream and laugh. Apparently there is some sort of commotion going on along the side of the house.
What's going on?
The crowd has turned its attention to the commotion instead of the arrivals of the guests.
There's a drunk chick over there, peeing in the bushes!
The two guards look at each other.
Stay here. I'll be right back.
The guard crosses to where the commotion is happening. In the middle of the crowd, squatting in the bushes with her designer gown hiked all the way up, is a female wedding guest, peeing and laughing about it. In her hand is a glass of champagne.
Ma'am, what are you doing?
I'm watering the bushes.
The woman, 30s, while drunk, is still a very attractive, shapely woman. Her looks and attire befit the type of person who would be on a guest list at an event like this. The crowd laughs. Then they really roar when the woman loses her balance and falls over backwards.
Ma'am, you've had a little too much to drink.
Nope. I've had a little too much to pee. Where do they hide the toilets?
Come on. I'll show you where.
As he helps her up, she stumbles and then falls back down on her ass to the delight of the crowd. The guard is getting uncomfortable and now lifts her up to carry her in.
Whee!
As he starts to carry her in, she yells,
Stop!
What is it?
I left my glass of champagne.
I'll get you another one.
Ooh, I like you. Would you be my plus one?
The guard carries her past the other guard, who looks on with curiosity, and into the estate. Interior Malibu mansion, reception area, moments later. The guard carries the woman in and lets her down next to the powder room.
Now, that was fun. Let's do it again.
Enjoy the wedding, ma'am.
Wait,
What is it?
let me give you a tip. Do you have a change for 5?
Disgusted, the guard exits. The drunk woman stumbles, trying to regain her bearings. She smiles and waves to the other guests, who look at her disapprovingly. Then she exits into the bathroom. A moment later, she emerges, and a miraculous thing has happened. The drunk woman is completely sober. Her entire being has undergone a transformation. She's gone from a sloppy drunk to a sophisticated socialite. Her hair and makeup are perfect. Her gown is gorgeous. This is Lacey Stevens, 30s, one of the best tabloid journalists in the business. She adjusts her gown one more time, and then pulls a paperclip out from her bra, unfolds it, and places it under a ring on the inside of one of her fingers. Then she gracefully heads towards the ceremony. In her other hand is a small camera.